Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to this juncture, this vortex, this point in time, which is expansive. And maybe you're feeling like me, which is a bit all over the place. Well, no, I don't feel all over the place. But if I'm to describe how I feel, they don't really match up. Like, there's this part of me that's super excited about this time. And then there's this part of me that's really exhausted. And then there's this part of me that is almost, I don't give a toss. So I'm excited for what is here and what is coming. And yet at the same time, I'm really tired and I'm really kind of flat. Um, but it doesn't mean that we are not heading into this incredible time. So we really are right on the edges of things. We've been and are in this build up, if you like, the first from the 1st of November, this accelerated build up of energies or energetics that are coming in and impacting us all in many different ways, and we're all in different stages and phases, and it's not that one is better than the other, but we're in the experience of things. So a lot of well, we've definitely had some time collapse or time merging or timelines merging, and then, as though that's been a part of our returning to cycles, because you'll remember that's one of the things that Gaia said, is that we are on the return or in the return to all of our natural cycles, seasons, and rhythms. So our internal cycles, seasons, and rhythms, and the earth's. Yeah, so here we are on the here in New Zealand, we say the date differently to what many countries in the Northern Hemisphere do. So we here are on 9/11. It's the 9th of November here, and so many countries in the Northern Hemisphere will call that 11/9. But here we're on the 9th of November, and it is like we're sort of sliding into home plate here in some way, shape, or form. And the 11th is going to bring some, I think, dynamic and interesting revelations and movement for humanity. So I will begin by reminding you. So it feels like I'm going to be doing this at the moment. It's like I've got the last, maybe, I'm not sure, but I've got like this paragraph that I think I've already said to you that I'm going to repeat. And then I feel like the paragraph I wrote at the end is the beginning of my live that I'm going to do next, which, will be tomorrow or the following day. Hello BU, and hello Sally and Billy and Fiona. Yes, Fiona's saying she's exhausted. She keeps falling asleep, but feeling quietly excited and gently blissful in her heart. Now, Fiona, you're so good with words. That's a really good summary of how I'm feeling too. So today I've been to the farmers market, and I have been to physio, and then I've come home and I've been out on the grass, and then I've lay down on the couch and had a bit of a snooze, and I've done some writing, and I've just had a conversation with a friend. So yeah, it's cool, it's amazing, it's wonderful, and we just have to ride the wave or sit somewhere comfortably and just be gentle with self. So this is my beginning. So from the 1st to the 11th, the building of energetic ascension energies coming in from the sun. Your internal flash is imminent. I believe you're going to see that on the 11th. The impact of first wavers having this ascension experience is going to have a profound impact on the rest. So are you feeling or sensing as though a lot is coming in or towards you, perhaps from many directions. That's how I'm reading the energies. It's like there's stuff coming in about truth. There's stuff coming in about what's been held from us. There's information coming in about the rights of um, um, well, citizens. Let's call them citizens to tax and credits and things like that, and more of that will come out through the kind of common law sovereign arm, if you like. There's more coming out about people who've had experiences in their off-planet existence or with beings from other planets. So there's more of that coming in. There's more information coming out about the bribery, corruption, and I guess the passing of money and funding or pressure to say particular things or not through the mainstream media. Whole Diddy thing is opening up the Pandora's box of Hollywood and what's gone on there. All of these are the kind of impacting arrows for ascension, and everybody will be awakened by what they chose to be awakened by. And so that's why what's important to you may not make any traction with anybody else. So, be just following your guidance around that. um I wrote, perhaps you're feeling like a dead duck in the water. I don't even really know where that saying comes from or what that saying's about. I should have looked it up and I didn't. But no energy or wherewithal to take action or do anything. And I want to say that I believe that that kind of way of feeling is probably quite useful. It's quite supportive in this moment because you've got less resistance. You're in more surrender. So you can be more open to what's coming, to the changes, to the translations, to the transitions, to the transformation, to the transmigration. And essentially, the guidance is to do as little as possible, to just be with yourself. Even today when I went out and did those things, by the time I'd finished, I was like, yeah, I just feel like scurrying home. So you just be with yourself, be with nature, and just know you are coming into your higher alignment, your alighting, because you're being lit up. You're being lit up from the inside. You're in this restoration of yourself from above, below, from the past, from the present, um, from the to the present, from the future to the present, from the ancient to the now, from all of your past existences here on this planet through the various eras and epochs, perhaps other things as well, perhaps other lifetimes on other planets may be coming in. I suspect that that will be perhaps down the track a little bit, but some of you may be already experiencing that. And certainly many of you will be having greater awareness of perhaps where you've come from. Many of you might be having a lot of vivid dreams that are showing you prophecy or bringing up woundings or experiences that you're being asked to adjust to or align with. Yeah, so all of the fractals that are you all coming in into here for this alightment, this alighting, this enlightening, these merging, sliding. There's so many different metaphors. You could see yourself as a Major League Baseball player who is going past third base and heading for home plate and about to slide in. A lot of first wavers are kind of in that position. So think about also this other analogy I got going, which I thought was really lovely because I have a great connection to the ocean and to the beach. Think about the impact of the wind on the beach and what it does. It blows off the debris, it buries things, and then it reveals things. The wind does all of that. So it both moves the debris and covers and uncovers treasure. So that's kind of where we're at, right? It's revealing ourselves to ourselves and what we have to do to come into our greater healing. And it's also allowing us to see and recognize the treasure that's deeply held within. all of that's a very beautiful place to be. And I want to say congratulations because I know it hasn't been easy. So that's just another way that we can consider our current experience as we're also experiencing a new sense of time, a new quality of time, feeling as though it's slowed down. And I don't know if this is for forever, but it feels like it's slowed down, it's expanded, it's extended. Things just have a greater quality of there's always enough time here. As though we're going to learn to be in time in a new way, in this sitting in the quantum, this sitting in this expanded bubble of energy. So I want to suggest to you right now, actually, I just invite you to take a long breath in through your nose and out through the mouth. And do 2 more, and each time see if you can feel the breath going further into your body. But I want you to call in your fragments. Call in your fragments from here, from the earth, from beneath you, from the past, from the present, from the future, from off planet, from all of the dimensional spaces, from all levels of consciousness. And just see that moving in, this coming into wholeness, this coming into wholeness of self, in you arising and expanding into the next version of yourself. So just close your eyes a moment and feel into the energy of that. And I might just read these 2 comments that are very pertinent. Thank you, BU, who has written, it's been quite a week. I was in some deep integrating mode, met my divine masculine, and then he went into a deep integrating mode. We've both felt exhaustion this week, but it was sequential. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Because maybe you're holding space for your DM and then your DM is holding space for you, which would make sense to me. It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Fiona's saying this feels like our 0 point life. Absolutely, absolutely agree, Fiona. All our lives converging now as we launch into our new existence. Aha, you said now twice as I wrote it. Yeah, all these synchronicities. Upbeat and inspired today. Oh, that's great, Lee. I never know whether I call you Lee or Leah, but I would like to know. All right, so yeah, here we are in this kind of integration of this brand new, upgraded, higher dimensional version of self. And what I want to say is I'm showing, and you will have heard me say this, I've just got a little bit more about it, and maybe I'll get more, I don't know. But this internal light that I've been showing, I wanted to describe it to you and tell you a little bit more about it. It may show up visually, it may show up as a feeling experience, and it may show up as a knowing. It's this flash of light I'm showing. It's going to show up in the head, in the third eye, or in the heart. And all of this impacts to the collective of first wavers, which and then creates this energy ripple. So this ripple of energy waves that gets that then creates a series of tipping points for other groups in our on and in our planet, and other collective groups of humanity will be impacting on their ascension experience. So these tipping points that sort of came up that it's going to create a series of tipping points. So you could sort of see it as I guess you could, if you think about a setup of dominoes and how there might be some sort of thin lines of dominoes that then impact on a bigger group of dominoes. And so you could see first wave as the sort of the thin lines into this massive tipping of dominoes. You could see that as another metaphor. All beings whose souls chose this experience will ascend with our planet into a fifth dimensional existence. And it's really showing up that we're going to have that on the 11th. Now, I don't know yet as to what extent, but if you think about the 11th being in a quantum space, then it could be that it's all of us, everybody who chose. So we are going to witness, and you probably are already, a lot of people leaving the planet at this time. It's part of their contract. Every soul made a contract, and some souls made a contract to stay here until this time and then to leave. And so not everybody needed to or wanted to have this ascension in the physical body here on earth. And for some of them, their contribution to our ascension was to leave at this time. There are a lot of physical symptoms you might be experiencing, and here are some of them. You might be having heart palpitations. You might be having emotional fluctuations, so you might feel high, like on a high or a buzz one moment, and then flat and nothing the next. You might be feeling very teary and very emotional, and that might be going on and on. You might be having blurry eyes, irritated eyes, vision moving in and out. You might be having pressure in the skull. You might be having headaches. You might have like brain fog and forgetfulness. And look, I had this classic example of this today. So I went to physio, and I had my my appointment there with him, and we made appointments for this coming week. And then we went out into reception, and I paid, and I looked at him and I said, "We've made new appointments, haven't we?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "I need a brain upgrade." And as I walked out, I was laughing to myself, thinking, yeah, exactly. Like, it's ridiculous. So in that basically 1 to 2 minutes of that happening, I'd forgotten that, like, I needed reassurance that it had happened. I had to say it out loud to remind myself that, yeah, because I'd said to him, if you don't mind, I'll just put this into my appointments calendar on my phone now. But then I promptly forgot it. Okay. Pressure in body and in pelvis. Definitely had the down and then the lift. Yes, good. Yeah, well, I hope you're okay, Amanda. We're just going to be going through these processes. So other things are going to be forgetfulness, ringing in the ears, itchy nose, runny nose, cold symptoms, skin itchy, maybe dry, a lot of people needing to drink a lot of water, like maybe more than you ever had before. Yeah, so nervous system, spinal fluid, skin and bones, like all of the layers being impacted and affected, maybe changing your breathing patterns. I listened to a very short live I did. I did a short. I was playing with that. They're so short, which is why I haven't done very many of them. But I noticed that my breathing was weird. And so, yep, breathing patterns, you may be noticing that they are fluctuating. Your heart may be in fluctuation as well. Aching back, aching spine, aching tailbone, aching neck, all of that through the vertebrae, through the spine, and also through the spinal fluid. if I didn't mention it, nervous system, that's going through a sort of an overhaul. Um, and I want to say that that will be to do with our ability to have sensory receipt of information in a new way. And I will try and I'm sure I'll be giving more information about that. And there's a whole lot of it's really just our recognizing that you're not alone. That's why I'm telling you these things. It's not that important, except to know that you're not alone. You might be having fluctuations of sleeping patterns and your breathing patterns. You might be extra thirsty. Your energy patterns might be all over the place. Your body temperature may also be in fluctuation. You may be having time jumps, time collapse, time merging. We certainly had that on the 5th. That felt to me like this super long, extended, expanded day. And I want to just encourage you to just keep tuning into yourself and follow your own inner guidance. If you need to rest, rest. If you feel drawn to eat particular things, go ahead. If you need to exercise, do. A lot of people are probably feeling like they want to be more gentle in their exercise at the moment. So, it might be that doing some stretching exercises or yoga or a walk in the bush or lie down on the grass under the sun. That might be the kind of thing that is supportive. Be super gentle, be super allowing with yourself. The body is in continual adjustment and ongoing. It's ongoing realignment, and I want to say, because I like words, realignment, reassignment, and these adjustments are just going to keep going, being tweaked a little bit at a time. We're just going through this massive transmigration. No one's ever done it, remember. So try to maintain a state of ease, a state of peace, of grace, of gentleness, of love. We're all going through DNA activations. We may not be having the same activations and we may not be having them at the same time, but we're all going through that. We're all having incredible downloads of information that may be coming in a variety of ways. You may be having a sense of them, you may be having visions, or you may be having, I want to say, wild dreams. As all of you and all of life is being connected to the new grid. So this is our new upgraded crystalline grid that is in the planet and has been connected and activated, and now we have been connected to that. So we're moving now into this greater unity consciousness, this feeling of oneness, this connection to all and everyone. It's really very subtle. You're probably feeling it more than perhaps seeing it. You're probably in that feeling of feeling more connected to everything. So through this time of ascension, building strongly through to the 11th, this is all like ramping up enormously. So starting on the 1st, or ramping up to the 11th, which is going to be like this ignition. And all of these changes, of course, that we've been talking about here for all year, ramping up. So I guess that many of you are noticing that, that people are leaving your arena or circle, that there are people you don't connect with anymore, maybe new people coming in. You might be noticing that people in your family are relocating or changing jobs. All of those changes of house, relationship, jobs, geography, country, way of being, that's happening on a really big scale at the moment, which is why we'll also see many people leaving, because this is the time. And also we're going to see some, there will be some souls that do a quick turnaround as well. That's what I'm showing. Yeah, so this light, I feel that a lot of you might see it. And so I want to tell you what I get around how it looks. So it's a white light with like a blue haze, and it This is what I when I asked to be shown more about it. So it's a white light with a blue haze. Oh, here we go. A white light with a blue. Can't even manage this properly. Oh, yeah, because it's in reverse. Switched. With a blue haze, but it it explodes into silver. And I asked, "What does that represent?" And this is what I got, and it's beautiful. It represents the shift from thy will to divine will and to the mother energy of creation and of Gaia. So that's what we're heading into. It feels really delicious and beautiful to me. And then we're going to be um, I want to remind you also about God, what God said. What God said about how ascension will come before disclosure. So just remember that. So be very judicious about what you say and how you share it and who you share it with, because this frequency, frequency, that's our current currency, and we want to have it kept high so people will see enough of the truth to awaken, to have their ascension, to then be able to see enough of the truth to see the history, the disclosure of all the ways in which we've been misled and lied to, corrupt systems, and all of this is going to impact on the implosion, really, of the systems. Um, but yeah, it's not that you need to like zip up, but be judicious, I want to say. Don't feel like it's your job to go around and beat people with a stick to wake them up, and don't feel like it's your job. I know I um I know that there will be people who disagree with me, and that's okay. I'm just telling you my sense of it, and what I've been told is that, if you feel guided to say something because you know that that might be useful or helpful to awaken them, then do. Don't be a mute about it, but don't be the proselytizer either. Just if it comes out, it comes out, and just remember what came through the other day about that. That um, they will challenge you. The people around you will challenge you, and then they will say to you, "Why didn't you tell us?" And so remember what came as the channel um, answer to that was, "Would you have believed me if I had?" And their answer is likely to be probably not. So just be aware that that's where we're at. So we're in this tipping point, this ascension tipping point. That's what the lights are going to show up like. Um, and and then all of this, so this is going to be my next video, applies to the work for and with twin flames who are rising to their new and higher embodiment, and they're currently in process for their reunion and their reconnection. So yeah, tune in to that the next time. Oh, I love that, Leah. Leah, yeah, I think I want to call you Leah. See what else is here. Hi, Carolyn. BU is saying heart, emotions, headache. Yes, all of it. Amanda's saying thanks. That's reassuring. Good. That's good. Thank you, Amanda. BU is saying I had these intense moments of internal coldness, like I was being zapped with something freezing internally, went through my whole body. Okay, so that is often that is new energy coming in to be integrated. So some people feel that as old energy going out, and some people feel that as new energy coming in. It creates that coolness, that coldness, that kind of iciness, like going really, really cold. So some people have that one way, and some people have it another way. But I want to say for you, that was new energies coming in. And she, they, he, I'm not sure. She, I think, seeing snow in Saudi Arabia for the first time, in Mount Fuji after many years earth healing. Yes, yes, exactly. So Gaia has said that we will have many earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, but that they will be the equivalent of us, stretching our bodies and expanding. Wow, that flash sounds amazing for us, the Divine Mother energy representing our true mother here on our beautiful blue planet. Beautiful, thank you. Thank you so much, says Josie. You're very welcome. BU, yes, I've had the coldness too, even on hot summer days. Wonderful. Yeah, so it's just part of our, it's like an energy exchange, right? Sometimes it comes in as a heat, and sometimes it comes in as that sort of icy coldness. So it's all good and it's all exciting, and the main thing to do is to just attune to yourself, to your heart, to your divine light, and just know that everything is in hand, and to just rest, really. Like, I feel like that's something that everybody needs to do, is just take the gentle, easy route. Make sure you get in nature. If you're somewhere where it's okay and warm enough for you to do that. And if not, try and get out and it all bundled up. Get into the sun if you can, get your skin in the sun, get your feet on the ground if you can, get your belly on the ground if you can, go and sit up against a tree. All and any of those things will help you to get connected into the crystalline grid, that's higher dimensional grid that is part of our planetary setup. And we shall see what happens on Monday, but it's just this whole idea of it building to this, like a flashpoint that will be held internally within us, that many of us will see, feel, or know has occurred. And that's like the ignition. So the ignition of self, but that ignition is the first wave, creates the sort of rippling out ignition for others. So we'll see how that pans out and how that looks, but that's my understanding of it. I feel, like I was saying to Lottie, I feel excited and flat. I feel full, and I feel like I want to lie down and have a sleep. So, these energies are taking a lot out of us, and so just, be in love with you, because you are worthy and amazing, and we are all coming into this higher way of being to then recreate the new, to hold space for the birthing of our new and higher existence here on earth. So much love, so much love to all of you, and I will see you again soon. Aloha, sweet Cece. Glad that you have joined us, and we are closing off now, so sending lots of love. So actually, just invite you all to just drop your energy back into your own heart space for a moment, and feel that diamond, if you like, that diamond white light with the blue tinge. Feel that in you. And visualize that you're sending from there, like as a preemptive movement. A blue line or blue lines that go to your family. And then blue lines that go to the people in your house. And then blue lines that go to all the people on this call. And blue lines that go to all the people who will listen to this call. And blue lines to all of the people in your street, in your neighborhood, in your suburb, your village, your city. And blue lines to everyone in your country. in your continent. And send the blue line to 5 other places in the world that you know of, that you've been to, or that you'd like to go to. And be in the space of knowing that when this comes in, that you can just activate these blue line connections from your own heart. And just feel your body being filled up with the waters of consciousness from the tips of your toes, through your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, pelvis, spine, abdomen, chest, heart, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, neck, face, tongue, mouth, teeth, gums, face, eyes, nose, ears, brain, skull, all the way through your physical chakras, or the chakras in your physical body. And 2 of the chakras beneath your feet, and 3 of the chakras above your head. So your system is set up for receipt of this new light. And I wish you much peace and ease and love through this time. And I'll see you again soon. So just bring yourself back to present moment. Just notice how your body is feeling right now, actually, before I close. Let me know, how is your body feeling? Maybe people have signed off. All right, much love.